Hi and welcome back to the Cheeky Crypto Podcast. My name's Chris and it's fantastic to have you back with us for another podcast video. And in today's video, I'm going to take a look at one crypto sector that I think is going to do phenomenally well for gains this bull run. Now, there's going to be a few sectors that I am going to cover over the coming days, but this is one of the biggest sectors that I think has a huge role to play in the future, generally for mankind, and I think it's going to change people's lives massively. So, and this basically is the artificial intelligence sector within cryptocurrency. Everybody's heard of GPT and all these different uses for artificial intelligence. Now I'm going to bring you a video where we're going to cover some crypto projects that perhaps aren't even live yet, that there could be early opportunities to get involved in and so forth, as well as some of the ones that are more well known. I've completely jumbled it up, so make sure that you watch all the way through so you don't miss an absolutely huge opportunity in this crypto space. If you enjoy this sort of content, mash up the like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video. Now, what I would say is there is no other YouTube channel that I'm aware of that has this sort of, eye on artificial intelligence crypto projects like we do. What I would say is we've been interested in this particular sector since we started the channel, and we've been talking about, I think it was our 4th ever video we did on SingularityNet. So we're going to dig into some of these projects, and some of which you will not have heard of yet. So let's get down to the desktop. Okay, so we're going to start here, and one that I'm pretty sure very few people have heard of, but I do think this is another one that could potentially do really, really well. It's called Twin Protocol. It isn't live yet as far as I'm aware, and it's one to potentially get your eyes on, start doing some research on. What is it, I hear you ask? Your digital twin is what this one is. Imagine a world where, you're like Nick, myself, or you're just a leader of some sort within a project, a company, and for those individuals, your time is, pulled in one direction, another direction, and there's just not enough hours in the day. Imagine having a twin version of you, an artificial intelligence version of you that basically knows everything that you know and can share that knowledge with others. That is Twin Protocol as far as I understand, and Nick and myself definitely have a need for something like this, so maybe I will speak to them and see what is possible. So partners and backers: SingularityNet, Singularity Studio, just to name a few, Perk Protocol. Again, share your expertise on the blockchain. Again, really, really interesting stuff, and a really interesting project for you to go do some research on. Again, not much more to go on, just a website here. Take a look. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Moving on, and we got Singularity Dao. This is one that we've talked about an awful lot on the channel. Again, we've had Marcello, the CEO of Singularity Dao, on the channel a few times, and it's basically a crypto hedge fund of sorts. Fantastic project, in my opinion, that is going to go do really, really well in the future. Already outperforming traditional hedge funds. Again, a project massively undervalued, in my opinion. Moving on, and we've got Awakening Health, the Grace Insider Preview Program. The world's foremost robotic nursing assistant will transform the senior care market in 2022-2023. So again, another project that is really interesting in kind of the artificial intelligence world. Whether this is formed as part of a crypto project or not, I'm not too sure, but again, is a really, really interesting project, and one that I think people should be learning more about. So definitely dig into this one if you haven't already. Moving on, and we got Sophiaverse now. This is one that I do think is going to do remarkably well. It's a project that we did a seed round for in our Discord, and if you were fortunate enough to get involved in that one, then you should I pull my hat off to you. I think this is going to be one that goes on to do really well. One that I have personally gone quite heavy into. I do think this is a project that, a lot of people are scratching their heads trying to understand, but just think about metaverse. And, I look at the likes of Decentraland and how empty it is. You walk around, nothing's there. Imagine like Sophia being in those metaverses, being able to interact. It's going to be interesting. Maybe there's other avatars that, incorporate AI, and you can walk around and it's like talking to real people, but it's really artificial intelligence. I just think that there's lots that can happen, but I do think that this is going to allow people to build. It's going to allow people to touch technology they wouldn't be able to normally get their hands on, and I think this is going to be beneficial for the Singularity net ecosystem. And I think is going to gamify working and building in the artificial intelligence and machine learning sort of world. So really do think this is going to be a really, really solid and interesting project. Don't take my word for it. I'm not a financial advisor. Treat this as educational purposes only. Go away, do your research, which is what I'm encouraging people to do with this video. I'm encouraging you to go away and research these projects because I think they're going to be huge. I really do believe that. We've got Nunet, again, a project Nick and myself have been invested in for an awful long time. It's currently up 8.40% at the time of recording. If we have a look at the Nunet website, it's all about decentralized computing. Again, very important when it comes to artificial intelligence, the power that is needed for all these different types of technologies is massive, and Nunet is going to support with that. And I think it has a really, really important role to play within artificial intelligence and machine learning, and the power that is required. Definitely one to go do some research on. I've seen some fantastic price discovery on this one, and I think that it's really just starting and super early. Moving on, and we've got Gachito. Again, this is like a new asset class. It's a form of stable coin in a way. Really worth digging into this one. It actually goes live to the public today at the time of recording, which is the 2nd of June. Obviously, this is going to go out days later, but 2 hours 23 minutes to go according to the website for launch. So not long to go now until this one launches, but it's a decentralized and AI driven stable asset. It's an all new asset class, and one that I think people should definitely go away and do some research on. Again, under the Singularity net ecosystem, I think that these projects, and the reason why I'm so bullish on them is because the team is just immense, one of the strongest in the space. And I also think that the technology, the underlying technology is fantastic and is going to do really, really well. And don't take my word for it, go research it, see whether you then agree with what I'm saying and the statements I'm making. Until you've done that research, take what I say with a pinch of salt. We've got Singularity Studio, next gen AI solutions for enterprise. We provide cutting edge enterprise AI software across a variety of vertical markets. Again, not sure whether this is going to be a crypto project with any sort of form of token just yet, but again, I'd be researching this particular project and seeing what actually is there. And I think that with some of the stuff that I'm talking about, it's so early that researching now will just give you a head start on everybody else in AI and the crypto space. So definitely worth reading up and learning about these projects. We've got Hypercycle again. I kind of see this one and Sophiaverse as ones that are going to be uniquely positioned and really have a fantastic opportunity to do really, really well. For me, this is a really interesting project. It's all around scaling the internet of AI. It's going to be a sidechain on the Cardano ecosystem. It's a ledgerless sidechain. It's really interesting technology, and I am really intrigued to see what other stuff comes from this project. and what other projects it could potentially work with. Really interesting project, this one. I'm very interested in Sophiaverse and Hypercycle, two of the ones that I'm most interested in on this list. So yeah, look, go research it if you haven't already. Then we've got Rejuve.ai, again another project that we got involved in super early. This one is live. It's the decentralized AI powered longevity network. Again, if you're interested in prolonging life and living a better life and that side of things, this is definitely a project for you. Again, I think that it's one that's going to go on to do really, really well. I think that there is a need for this, and a definite real world use case that I think will flourish in the future. So definitely one to research and definitely one to dig into. And then we got True AGI, the next artificial general intelligence breakthrough, poised to transform every aspect of life and economy. And I think that this is definitely worth immersing your time into researching, have a look at the light paper and all that wonderful stuff. Look, this is kind of everything that I've got on AI. There's magazines and all sorts of different things that I could also talk about in this video, AI specific. But let me know your thoughts. Do you want more on artificial intelligence and machine learning? Some of these projects are likely to go on to do really, really well, in my opinion. But it is just that. It's just an opinion. Everybody's got one. That's why you should go away, back up what I'm saying with your research, validate what I'm saying. And if it resonates with you, maybe you make an investment, or maybe it doesn't resonate with you and you don't invest. That's completely down to you, and you take ownership and accountability over that. So yeah, hear what I'm saying here. Research is king, and there's no substitute for it. If you enjoyed today's podcast, mash up that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tap in that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video. And I will catch you in the next one. Take care.